Hi, my name is Benjamin Jimerson-Phillips, and I'm the son of Jesse Jimerson-Phillips, who was born to Charity and Alonzo Phillips, although she was raised by her stepfather, Frederick Douglass Jimerson. My mother was choir director for two of the largest choirs in Chicago, Greater Harvest Baptist Church and Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. In 1951, my mother said the voice of God spoke to her saying two words, Memphis, Tennessee. She said she had no idea what that meant, but that continued to move in her spirit. Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. So she asked some of her friends what was going on with Memphis, Tennessee. They told her, oh, the Holy Convocation of the Church of God in Christ is about to convene there. And so with her paycheck and a one-way ticket, she left for Memphis. When she arrived there, Mother Coffey saw her and knew her from her work at Greater Harvest Baptist Church in Chicago. She immediately took her to Mother Crockett and Bishop C.H. Mason and told them about the work that she had done and how prominent she was in Chicago as a choir director. That was in 1951. That same convocation, Mother Crockett and Bishop Mason appointed my mother as National Choir Director for the Church of God in Christ and had her working with Mother Mason to design the souvenir books for the church. And she did so from 1951 up until we left Memphis in 1965. My father, James O. Patterson Sr., was a son of William and Molly Patterson. He went on to become the first elected presiding bishop of the Church of God in Christ. In 1961, God gave my mother a vision of Bishop C.H. Mason. She said it was so troubling that she stayed up all night drawing it. This was prior to the convocation starting, and she had posters made and started selling them during the convocation. When an anointed minister came up to her and asked her, did she realize what the poster meant? He said the interpretation was, God came for Bishop Mason, he laid down his cross and picked up his crown, and before he was caught up into glory, he raised his hands and blessed the church, and his body is buried in the temple. 2 weeks after my mother drew that vision, Bishop Mason was leaving Memphis for Detroit. Before that convocation was even over, God had taken Bishop Mason and his body was being sent back to Memphis for funeral services. Later, his body was entombed in the temple, fulfilling the vision that God had given my mother only weeks before Bishop Mason passed. My mother lived in the Mason and Patterson home for a period of 7 years, and the day before Bishop Mason left for Detroit, she took me to him and asked him to pray for me. He anointed my head with oil and prayed that God would bless this talking baby. I know that I've been ordained to tell this story of how God used the child of a freed slave to build the largest black evangelical organization in the world.